would love just to kind of pivot into that part that you were already, talking
Yeah.
about, and maybe get another little tool from you
Oh,
as
yeah, I have
far
a great one.
as
It
as
is,
far as how should we be doing it if we
well,
are possibly doing it wrong.
yeah. And one of the answers that surprises most people is you should be doing it all the
Ooh,
time,
okay.
not January or June. And that's one of the things that surprises them. And I will give you a tool that also allows and understands why you should be doing this all the time. But what we have found is that, and it doesn't matter, whoever I ask, what are their goals? And they'll spit out a handful. And what we don't realize is we are conditioned by the world around us. So we've been conditioned and accepted. Oh, I want a vacation home. I want a home on the lake. I want a Tesla. I mean, so things just come out. And so when we cause them to think about it, and for most people, I scare the crap out of them because I tell them to triple whatever they just told me. So most people come in the door because they think the money is the problem, not the problem. It's the solution. So if they come in with a dollar amount that they want to increase their sales or their revenue or their income, whatever the number is, I tell them to triple it.
Okay.
And here's why. So I'm an ex-financial person. Like I have numbers going around in my head all the time. You could ask me a number, or you could ask me, what do I want to earn this year or that? Well, my logical mind is going to spit out a number that I think sounds high. And so if I'm telling a coach, I'm going to like double my money. And because I'm already running the numbers in my head. And so that's what people do. It's because we get so programmed into you can grow 10 and 20 and 30%. And when we challenge it and say, well, why can't you grow 2 to 500%? They think it's completely bonkers and illogical, but it's not. So we have to get them primed to understand, okay, so then how do I really uncover what my goals are? And the exercise is, it's always writing. Get out a notebook, preferably. This is not a one sitting thing. And write down as many things that you want personally and professionally, and not a magic number. So it's not, 50 of one and 50 of another. It doesn't have to be equal. When you feel that you've exhausted, because after the first 10 or 15, you're going to be searching. You're going to be really searching for what do I really want? And sometimes we have to dig back to our childhood to really find out what was really important to us back then. Once you think that the list is like, the well is dry, I can't figure out anything else, I'm down to writing, I want flowers in every room in my house and different things. Um, Now the work begins. Now you take that list and you do divide it. 3 columns, most important to least, as even. So if you have some odd numbers too, are going to have one extra. And in that most important column, you're going to start to notice what's the theme of your life and the purpose of your life. If you looked at mine, it's going to be family, because most everything in there is take the family to Greece, do big family trips, take my grandsons, when they're 10 years old to wherever they want to go to. But it's all for family, clients, community, because that's what I care about. Once you understand that, you also then now have the why, because it's who gets hurt if you don't hit your goal.
Yeah.
So the goal should come from that column. But you should always be driving around going, well, what do I really want? Because sometimes we start with that goal and we think it's the right one. And this is the problem with resolutions. We don't give ourselves the grace to let it evolve. And one of the things I have clients do on a weekly basis is rewrite the goal. Can you make it any clearer? Is it clear enough that if you handed the written goal to me, I would be able to see the picture of it? But in doing that, it helps them go, this isn't it. I get those calls all the time. They set times, they go, I want to change my goal. I go, it happens. So give yourself the grace to know that it can happen, but not changing because the habit work is hard. So it's that fine tuning, but all the time. Well, what do I want? What else do I want to add to my list? Because what can happen is as we start moving towards getting to our goals and we achieve it and we haven't put anything else on the horizon,